Okay. It finally happened. I had a bit of a blackout while spearfishing. In this episode, my boy Carson and Sam and I are spearfishing for some beautiful fish, and we shoot some nice ones. Despite the super rough weather, we still managed to take home some trophies in this spearfishing tournament. Stick around to the end because we're gonna cook up some black grouper at the sandbar with Nick Stanzik. I've been spearfishing for just about 20 years now. I'm level 1 and level 2 certified with a 4-minute static breath hold, and I've gone down about 120 feet. I think my watch measured it out at 117 feet. So I consider myself somewhat experienced. I'm definitely not the best, but I do have some experience. I've never had an issue with losing consciousness or blacking out or anything like that, so this was a bit of a new experience to me, and it is a little embarrassing, and I was considering not posting it, but I want to dedicate this episode to Drake Sweet. Me and Drake have been planning some awesome spearfishing trips to the Bahamas, and he does amazing photography work. He's one of those people that's always smiling, and I've never met someone that's had anything bad to say about him. A true, genuine, good soul and spirit. And it's funny because we always kind of thought we were very similar to each other because we're the same age. We're both still smiling even when we come home with no fish in the cooler. And we both have the same boat, the 236 center console Key Largo. It almost felt a bit like we were clones of each other. Tragically, he passed away 2 months ago in a spearfishing incident where he blacked out. This is actually my first time spearfishing, being back in the water since that accident. It's kind of crazy that this happened to me as the very first drop after everything that's happened. I take it as a sign that this was supposed to happen, and I'm hoping that me explaining everything that led up to the moment that I lost a little bit of consciousness will help somebody watching this video not make the same mistakes that I did and potentially save a life. So I'm dedicating this video to you, Drake. It's a real tragedy that we had to lose someone like you. If you knew Drake, please consider leaving a comment of a really good memory that you have with him on this video so everyone can see the kind of person that Drake was. If you just want to watch the part of where I black out, I will put the timestamp on the screen right now if you just want to fast forward. Consider watching the full video because it just shows the true beauty of why we go out there and do what we do and surround ourselves with good people, amazing creatures in the water, including the big sharks, and just all the beauty that nature has to offer us. With that being said, let's go. It is my favorite time of the year, and we're about to make a secret potion. We got chum. These are 25-pound blocks of chum. That's the main ingredient. The second ingredient, oh, lady, no, you're not supposed to go inside. I'm gonna need you to step your little feathery butt outside. There we go, oats. This right here is a 50-pound bag of oats. Ooh, let's take a peek, shall we? Beautiful oats. Like your breakfast oatmeal. Chum, oats, and what's the third thing? Where is it? I know it's around here somewhere. Where? Oh, there it is. Sand. This is playground sand. Boom! Sand, chum, oats. We're gonna mix that up because do you know what time it is? I don't even have to tell you. I'm just gonna show you. It is one of my favorite times of the year. Oh yes. We're bringing out the Killshot speargun. This is the custom built South Florida Fishing Channel Killshot speargun. It is grouper season tomorrow. That's how we rock and roll. Grouper and hogfish are now in season again. It's my favorite time of the year because the water is starting to warm up. Summer is upon us. We can kill grouper. We can swim in the ocean. Oh, should I grab the big gun too? This is my other Killshot spear gun. It's a little bit bigger. And by a little bit, I mean a lot bigger. It's been a while since I've spearfished. I hope all my gear is still good. Sounds good. All right, fins, check. Dive belt with a dive knife. All right, is that still sharp? That'll do. This looks a little broken. It'll do. All right, dive belt, knife, check. Wetsuit. Ooh, man, it's got some holes in it. You would think for someone with a YouTube channel that I would have good gear, but nope, I'm just as frugal as you guys are. I will keep using my gear until it literally falls off my body. Unless, of course, a sponsor wants to send me something new. If you know any wetsuit sponsors, send them my way. Hey, you know what? It'll do. Is that it? Is that everything? Wetsuit, dive belt, fins, spear gun. Ooh, there is one more thing. And this is a big must for me. How many times do I gotta tell y'all? Boys only. I need to get a no girls allowed sign to put on the man cave. Yes, there is one more thing that I need. And anytime I forget this while spearfishing, it bothers me. It irks me, as they say. There we go. My gloves. Yes. Oh, they are full of sand. What the heck? Hold on a second. What's going on? Oh, look at all that sand. It's not usually a great sign if the flag is flying, especially the boat daddy flag. Tomorrow might be a little windy. We might get a little beat up, but I ain't scared. I'm definitely not scared. Put the gloves in the pile and we are good to go. Now let's make some chum, a special little recipe that'll make the fish come. And not just any fish, we are trying to get a big black grouper. That's all I care about, is a big black grouper. So this right here is 25 pounds of, what is it? 100% sardine chum, wild caught product of the USA. Put the chum in the coconut and stir it all up. That's what we're gonna do. It's still a little frozen, that's not good. Oh, she's looking thick. It's like almost too much chum for one bucket. Oh, I just showered too. Literally just showered. All right, remove all the plastic. Wow. We want to get every last drop. I'm gonna get ants everywhere. There's chum on everything now. I need something to mix the chum with. What do we got? Ooh, okay, how about a paddle? Yield chickens! What we want to do is we want to mash. Oh, that is a frozen solid. That's not good. Way too hard. You know what you want to do when your chum is too hard? You want to just take a seat on your truck bed. What's this? All right, I'll try that. Oh, don't know how long that's been sitting there for. It's nighttime now, and the chum is still frozen solid. I put some sand in there. Have I told you guys that this is a tournament that we're fishing in tomorrow? Yes, this is a spearfishing tournament tomorrow. Black grouper, or its biggest grouper. And there's a category for spearfishing, diving with a tank, and then rod and reel. or rod and line. So obviously I'm going to be doing free diving spearfishing, and we're going to be going out on Carson's boat, which I believe is a 29 Ocean Runner. I'll show you guys the boat in the morning, but Carson would freak out if I brought a tank, and I'm thinking about playing a joke on him and bringing a tank. I'm going to take my tank, and when I get to his house in the morning, I'm going to ask him where on the boat he wants me to put my tank. And when he sees this, he's going to lose his mind, because if he thinks I'm scuba diving, he's going to be so upset. It's going to be a good joke. So I'm going to pack the tank. I'm going to load all of this into the truck tonight because we're waking up at 4 in the morning. Whew! We're going to be heading out bright and early. We want to be the first ones out there to shoot a big grouper, this grouper opening. And this is the Live Like Jeff spearfishing tournament that we're doing. And so after we go fishing, we're going to go to the weigh-in of the tournament. And fingers crossed, we're going to be weighing in some groupers. Wait just a minute. What is that? Aha! It looks like last time I went spearfishing, I must have lost the shaft, and then I tied my reel line straight to my shaft. There's no shock cord or anything. We're gonna have to fix that. See, if you look at this gun, you have the reel line, this white line, going to a large swivel, barrel swivel, and then we have all of this shock cord going to the shaft, and it's crimped on there instead of just straight from the reel straight to the shaft. That's no good. Luckily, I have an extra shaft with shock cord already attached to it, and this has one barb, which I like. The one that I have on it right now, this is my backup shaft, and it has 2 barbs, which I don't know if I'm a fan of that. I'm still on the great debate, but I'm gonna remove this shaft. So when you pull the trigger, the shaft will release. So if you pretend like there's some tension on it and I pull the trigger, it's gonna shoot the shaft forward, just like that. Now if the rubber bands were pulled back, this thing would have shot out like a frickin' rocket. Yes, you do not want to get hit by this. It's definitely a one-hitter quitter. I am a pro at losing my line cutters. If you also have this problem, leave a comment. It seems like I always lose my line cutters every couple minutes. I just had them too. Oh, they were in my pocket. Okay. I'm gonna cut this off. I do want to burn that end. Okay. I just did some searching, and these are the only barrel swivels that I can find. They're really not that big compared to, if you look at this one, that is an absolute chunky monkey. That's a very powerful swivel. I'm gonna pick this one, but if I lose a fish tomorrow because my swivel snaps, I should have took this gun to Ed, Killshot Spearguns, here in the Florida Keys. Ed has all the tools. Like, Ed made this gun for me. He made this gun for me. He installed the reels, did all the custom work on them, put all the bands on them. He sold me extra shafts, backup shafts. He's got shafts where he can even add the shock cord to the shaft, so you're ready to go. If you ever need anything spearfishing related, a custom gun, maybe one of these swivels, anything you need, Killshot Spearguns, go check them out. I'll link them in the video description if you ever want to stop by his his shop. Yeah, that's easier to say, shop. If you ever want to stop by his shop, tell him you're from the South Florida Fishing Channel. See, I'll put a uni knot in here. I should have put 4 twists into it. I only did 3 twists. I mean, that should hold though. We'll cut off the tag end here and then burn it again. If I remember correctly, I believe that Ed perfectly measured out this shock cord to fit on this gun. Guess we're gonna find out. We will slide in the shaft. Y'all better not be saying that's what she said. We have had it with the that's what she said jokes. Okay, slide the shaft all the way in until you hear a click. All right, it's in. Now you can see the line is attached to the shaft. It runs up under the bands. Yep, it's under the bands. And there's a little notch right there. That's the notch that you want your line to sit in, just like that. It seats in there perfect. Then bring the line back. And there is a switch here. When you pull the trigger, this mechanism shoots forward, allowing all this line we're about to put on here to just fly forward. So tie the line around it, then bring it back up. Well, you know what I should have done first? I have created a mess. Okay, hold on a second. What I should have done first was reel this line in. All right, okay, reel that in. Okay, we're gonna reel it in like a fishing pole. Here it comes. And you just reel it in till it's right here at the top. All right, so let's get back to what we were doing before we were so rudely interrupted by that knot. So bring that down, twist it around. What happens is when you have brand new shock leader, it hasn't taken the shape of the gun yet. Once I stretch it out on the gun and leave it for a couple days, it kind of takes shape and it sits on the gun better. But because it's brand new, it wants to flippity flop everywhere. So we wrap it around this part and then back down, around the back again, then back up. Okay, and you see where that loop is? Then you pull this down to the loop and clip it in there. Boop, just like that. And then you reel it tight. All right, it's ready to shoot. When you do this, when you add a new shaft and shooting line to your spear gun, I highly suggest giving it a little practice shot. And no, I don't mean load your gun and shoot it at your buddy. I mean, put your gun on the ground, push the trigger and push the shaft out. Boom. Did you see how that just flew off? Very nice. All right, and then we're gonna take the shaft and we're gonna pull it out, and it should come out smoothly as if it was a real shaft. So imagine your shaft right now is flying through the air at a fish, poor innocent little fish with its big eyeballs, and then all this line is shooting out of the gun. And look at that. It is perfectly attached to the gun, and now the line can get pulled out of the reel in the back. And you are attached to your fish. That's perfect! Haha! I cannot wait till I pull up with the truck tomorrow and ask Carson where to put my scuba tank. He's gonna lose it. The chum is still a little too frozen, so I'll just let it keep thawing overnight. I added some more sand to it, but you really want to mix that sand and that chum up real good. These are my masks, and I will be attaching a GoPro to the top of the mask, so that way you guys can watch me underwater. Hopefully shoot something. Yes, in the truck, we have my bucket, which has my gloves, weight belt, wetsuit, and I think that's it. And then we have the fins and the Killshot spearguns. Oh, and I also brought the kill bag. Hopefully we will need that, but we'll see. It's like basically a big cooler. Just need to fill it with some ice and some fish. But I gotta get to sleep. I gotta be up at 4 in the morning, so I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna chug a lot of water, eat some food. The key to a good free dive is to be hydrated and not to be starving. So I'm gonna get to it, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Good night. Good morning. It is currently 4:03 in the morning. I just woke up, and the first thing I'm going to do is make some coffee. And I am putting espresso grounds into my coffee maker. Give me that extra boost of crazy. That's going to be a very potent coffee right there. Brew for me. Look at this little snuggle buggle. He's probably wondering what I'm doing up so early. Oh, Elliot, you're supposed to look cute for everybody. You're not supposed to let everyone know you're a killing machine. Come on, buddy. It's 4 in the morning. Give me a break. Let go. Do I not have any milk? Oh, hallelujah. A tiny little bit of milk. I'll take it. I need milk in my coffee. I haven't got to the all black coffee phase of my life yet. It is now 4:27, so doing all right on time. Look at this little imbecile rat. If you're late to the party, this is a black grouper, and this is the fish that we are targeting today, and hopefully we shoot a fatty just like this guy. I'm just going to stand here for the next 20 minutes drinking my coffee, looking at this beautiful mount of a black grouper. I'm going to get your mama today, boy. Actually, it would probably be one of your children that's now grown up. Earlier I said it's important to be hydrated, and also you don't want to be starving when you're spearfishing. It messes with your head. So I'm going to boil up some of these 100% grass-fed organic beef hot dogs. Yes, I'm going to bring a whole slew of hot dogs out there. If you don't know, hot dogs is one of my favorite foods. I can eat hot dogs every damn day of the year. They call me the Glizzinator. Not just hot dogs though. Last night I made some beef jerky. Let's see how it turned out. Ooh! I marinated this beef in honey that I harvested myself from the backyard, and then I put some pink Himalayan sea salt on it. So we got a sea salt honey. I think I left them in there a little too long, but yeah, they still look good. This little rascal loves himself some of this beef. Look at this. Enjoy. Oh, yeah, you're making me look bad. You downed a whole box of it yesterday. He ate like 4 entire pieces. But we'll have beef jerky and one more thing. Some beautiful hard-boiled eggs. Brown ones and blue ones. Oh, and we need some sugar for energy. There we go. 3 apples. 3 apples, 4 eggs, some beef jerky, and 6 hot dogs. That's the food I'm bringing on the boat. Got my big Yeti jug full of water. And you want to know a key to hydration? And this is going to sound backwards, but we're going to take this salt shaker, which has this pink Himalayan sea salt with 84 different minerals in it. That's what I got in there. And we will add, yes, a nice chunk of salt to our water. That sounds backwards, doesn't it? Salt in your water, doesn't that dehydrate you? Like if you drink salt water from the ocean, you're going to get dehydrated, right? But the minerals in the salt at a low level actually replenish your electrolytes and all those things that keep you hydrated. So it's surprisingly, if you add a little salt to it, you're going to feel way more hydrated when you drink this whole thing. And you might start hallucinating too. That's the best part. One last game of hide and seek before I have to leave. Peekaboo. Whoop. Boop. Where'd I go? There I am. All right, let's get to the truck. Oh, yes. It's finally defrosted, so it's actually okay, for the most part it's defrosted, but it's still frozen in the center a little bit. I feel a breeze. That's got me a little worried. Oh yeah, those palm trees are blowing. Well, I didn't say it was going to be a nice day. No, you know what? I don't care how windy it is. Today's going to be a nice day no matter what. Since I'm going to be gone all day, I feel bad for my chickens because I won't be able to let them out of the coop. So I'm going to give them a whole head of lettuce or cabbage or whatever that they can chew on all day, keep them entertained. They'll be happy chickens. Yes, I'll give them that. Refill their water supply with only the best of the water. All right, they got water, cabbage, food. Bingo. Can y'all see the Boat Daddy flag out there? It is fluttering. It takes a lot of wind to make that flag flutter since it's a double-sided print. But I feel really bad because turning my truck on is super loud. And my neighbor over there, he's going out for grouper too, but I know that they're asleep. And this thing is a freaking beast. I'm just gonna turn it on and pull out. We'll try to do it as quietly as possible. All right, now that I've left the neighborhood, we can go ahead and turn on the sport mode. In sport mode, this thing goes up a notch in volume decibels. The engine goes from brr to brr. Anyways, we are making our way now to Carson's house, and we'll hop on his boat and get this party started. And don't forget, I got that scuba tank in the truck bed. Let's see if he's gonna fall for it. Oh, I just saw a couple of my boys drive by in the truck. They look pretty excited. I think they're going to do the same thing we're doing here. It's that time, baby. Grouper opening. I'm freaking out. I'm so excited right now. Yes! Destination arrived. All right, start carrying my spear guns and stuff to the boat. Why, good morning there. Oh, already playing the music. The neighbors will love that. That's a pretty sweet looking boat. What is that, a 29? Yeah. 29. Looks pretty sweet. So I got a bucket of ice and I got a bucket of chum. Ooh, I like that orange Yeti bucket. It's gonna be a good day. You wanna see this thingy thing? I got, yes. Oh, is this okay to park right here? Where you want me to put my tank?
You're bringing your tank? Are you fucking kidding me? No.
Aren't we scuba diving?
No, sir. Get out of here.
It'll go right on the boat.
No. Who do you think you are?
It just says no.
Ooh, this
No.
drum looks good.
Yeah, I mixed that up this morning.
How did you bring that?
I
To fuck with me?
Yeah.
You literally just brought that to fuck with me. Oh my god.
Did you think I was being serious for a little bit?
I mean, you know, it'd be good to have for like a backup in case one gets in a rock, but then we're disqualified.
That would disqualify us. Dude, I'm so excited right now. I never like tournaments. Especially when it's like singles, so everyone on every boat is competing against each other, basically.
I know.
So it be with spearfishing. We are friends and enemies at the same time. I got like all the Yeti buckets in all the different colors. Every time I see a new Yeti bucket color, I have to buy it. I think it's a great investment. 40 bucks. Now, if they were like 60 bucks, I'd be a little upset. We'll start the morning off with a sausage. If this boat had a second station, it would be perfect. Here we go. Yeah, I got fins, spear gun, mask, wetsuit, gloves.
Mask.
What?
An extra mask.
Yep, I got an extra mask.
Sunglasses. Of course, you have your sunglasses.
Sunglasses, yep.
My backpack.
Away we go.
Throw that bow line off.
Ready to rock and roll.
Where's our bag?
It's in there.
We've made it out here. Anchor going down. Hey, what a beautiful day. Little do they know, we are soaked. Woo! We about to switch to the GoPro mask. Yes, spit on that thing. Woo! No, it's still the same old wetsuit. It's got a couple holes in it, but you know, gets the job done. That's a big one. Oh yeah.
Watch when you come up that you don't hit your head on the boat.
Watch your head on these boaters. The current's doing weird things.
All right. Carson is going down on the first drop, and we're in about 65 feet of water here, maybe 70, depending on what side of the ledge you go down on. And Carson doesn't go all the way to the bottom. He kind of hovers a little bit above it, and he's spotting out the grouper, and clearly he's looking for a big boy. Carson only likes to shoot big fish. And here he is pointing at a couple of grouper. And you know me, I'll probably shoot a smaller grouper. If it's legal, I'm going to take the shot.
Three down there. One might be a shooter. Take a look. I don't know.
Carson just told me there might be a shooter down there. I get extra excited at this point, and I start my breathe up. This is it. This is the dive that I had a bit of a blackout, and I'm going to break it down what happened and what I did wrong. So Carson just went down. He didn't go all the way to the bottom, but he hovered pretty close to the bottom, and he spotted 3 black grouper and 1 shooter. So I instantly get excited. Carson wants to shoot a really big black grouper. So I was like, oh, he didn't shoot the bigger one because he wants a really big one, but I'll take anything. If I can put a fish in the box, I'm happy. I'm excited at this point. My heart rate is going up and I'm getting excited. The first thing we should talk about is the conditions. It was very wavy. There was like big 4-5 foot waves. We were like the whole time we were doing this. Normally, I would never be spearfishing in these conditions, but this was a tournament, and during a tournament, grouper opening tournament, you got to go. It's a tournament. So that's one of the reasons I rarely fish tournaments, is because I'm a fair weather guy. I've been caught in too many storms in my life, and I like calm stuff. But this is a charity tournament, so I make an exception for this tournament every year. The rocking of the waves kind of messes with your head, and some people get seasick. Some people don't get seasick. These conditions, if you are any prone to seasickness, these are the conditions that will make you very seasick, especially when you're spearfishing, because you're constantly looking down and you're moving things around on the boat and the rocking. So I was actually starting to feel a little seasick on the way out. If you've never been seasick, it's kind of like being hungover. You don't want to move your head much. You feel like you're about to throw up. You don't want to move. You want to do as little as possible. Your breathing gets heavy when you start moving. You're like, because you're like, if you've ever had a really bad hangover, that's what being seasick is. So I wasn't completely seasick at this point, but I was at the starts of it. And I would compare the start of being seasick to, I'm going to compare it to drinking again, but if you're drinking and then it gets to a certain point of the night where you have that moment where you're like, oh no, I drank too much. And like instantly you want to put your head down and you start to spin a little bit, and you're not throwing up yet and you're not completely sick yet, but you know it's coming. That's kind of the point I was at. And once you get seasick, there's very little you can do to become unseasick. There's only one thing that I found that will actually get me out of seasickness momentarily, and that is adrenaline. I posted a video maybe 2 weeks ago where I did nighttime sword fishing by myself, and it was a little bit rocky, and I was fishing by myself for 6-8 hours, and I ended up getting seasick, and I was throwing up for a while, and then the rods went off, and I had a swordfish on, and the second that rod went off, my adrenaline just spiked, and I started fighting the fish, and I was going all crazy, and I totally forgot I was seasick, and then the seasickness went away. But after I finished fighting the fish, it came back. It's not a good feeling. You feel a little dizzy. So right now, I'm feeling a little dizzy, but Carson just told me he saw a couple grouper down there, which gave me a little bit of an adrenaline spike. So now I'm like excited again. Just because you're seasick, I wouldn't cancel your spearfishing trip. But you should be aware that if you are getting seasick, you will start to feel a little dizzy, which I think could have maybe contributed to what happens here. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that I'm overweighted. The last time I went spearfishing, I think was the last day of lobster season, or for some reason, I had 4 pounds of weight on my weight belt. And the only time that I wear extra weights like that is when I'm doing shallow water stuff. Because once you get below 30 feet, you become neutrally buoyant, or you become weightless essentially, or neutral, and then you start to sink naturally. So if I'm doing anything below 30 feet, I wear extra weights because it's hard to get down those first 30 feet. But because this is almost 70 feet, you don't need that much weight, because as soon as you hit 30 feet, you just start sinking. Because I wasn't feeling that good on the boat, and we were rocking so much, and I looked at my weight belt and I had the 4 pounds of weight on it, I thought, man, for me to I'd have to take my dive knife off the belt, then I'd have to take the weights off, then I'd have to weave my knife back onto the weight belt. And I was like, I don't want to do that right now. Screw it. I'm getting in the water. That was my second mistake. My third mistake was, this is the first time I'm back in the water in about 3 to 4 months. So I should probably do a warm-up dive or do something to get myself back in the mood. But I'm itching to get down there. And I definitely stay down there longer than I should have. I didn't stay down there that long, only about 1 minute and 40 seconds, which really isn't that crazy. But for the first time in, 4 months, probably not a good idea. And the first dive of the day, and I'm feeling a little dizzy. Probably not a good idea to stay down there that long. So right now I'm breathing up. And what breathing up is where you kind of just lay there and you just breathe up, try to get your heart rate down. Breathe. You want to get oxygen rich. You want your body to become oxygen rich. Not too oxygen rich though. If you hyperventilate and you breathe too much, that'll actually make you black out. But you want to slowly fill your body with oxygen. And you're going to notice here in a second, I start to cough a little bit. Wait, where's the coughing part? Now I remember what happened. Okay, so the clip before, I start trying to breathe up. And because of the waves, there's big waves above me right now. And some water came into my snorkel. So when you're trying to, and then some salt water comes in and you inhale it, it's like, and it completely messes you up. You got to basically restart your breathe up. But I'm already very oxygen rich at this point. So that messed me up a little bit. So anyways, I'm like, I get over it. Then I start breathing up again. And you'll notice this line right here. This is a chum ball going down. And what a chum ball is, remember in the beginning of the video, I show you guys the oats, the sand, and the chum. Basically, you clump it together, you make a ball, and we have Sam on the boat dropping the balls off the boat. So you can watch the chum balls sink to the bottom. The plan is hopefully some fish come up to it. So I'm watching this chum ball, breathing up, and then I say, all right, I feel pretty good. Oh, this is actually the point where I inhaled the salt water. You'll hear me going, phew, right there, and another time. Right there. That's me blowing the salt back out of my mouth, and then I go back to breathing up. At this point, I'm so antsy to get down there because I can see some groupers swimming around down there, so I just say, all right, here we go. Let's go. Take a big breath. A little bit of a flail before going down, which is weird. But here I go. You can see some yellowtail snapper there. There's actually a few fish that I wanted to shoot here. We have some parrotfish there, those beautiful blue fish. But I didn't because I knew Carson would kill me. Carson is like, you better not shoot anything other than a black grouper. Because this is a grouper tournament after all. So I get to the bottom and you hear me doing the That usually brings in some fish. It makes them curious and they want to check you out. There's some decent snapper around me right here, but they look small. Normally I would have been shooting them, but I'm looking for that grouper. And I know I'm looking around quickly. Normally I wouldn't post this video because you'll get sick watching it because I'm looking around and the GoPro's on my mask, so it's a little twitchy. I point to a grouper that I saw and I was like, I think that's the shooter Carson was talking about. It's not that big. So now I'm going back up and I'm kicking really hard, but I'm almost not going up because I'm overweighted. But I kick through it and then I make it to the top here. Now, this is going to be hard to catch if you don't know exactly what's going on. But the first thing that anyone will tell you that have seen people black out is the first thing people will say is, I didn't black out. It's like 90% of people that black out will tell you, I didn't black out. And that's actually the first thing that I do here. I'm going to move myself to this side of the screen and break down exactly what happens. So I come up and I take a breath, and I remember this part, and then I remember going to check my watch. I instantly wanted to check my watch. So I just get hit in the face by a wave right there, and I'm already feeling like something felt off. But I pull out my watch and I look at it, and this is where I don't remember anything. I remember looking at, this is the last image I remember. Carson's beautiful face, the sun coming up, and me looking at my watch. Hold on, my chicken's making a lot of noise. Let me go check on him real quick. Okay. Sorry about that. My chickens were going nuts, but look at these. 3 beautiful eggs they laid me. When they're laying eggs, they'll squawk pretty loud. So this is the last thing that I remember. All right, let me play now the part that I forget about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I remember Carson asking me if I'm okay. So I go from looking at my watch to Carson being in my face to asking me if I'm okay. So this was 6, that was at 44 seconds.
Okay.
Right there's 40. So there's about 3 seconds, I think, where I lost consciousness, which isn't that long, but I've never had that happen before. And it wasn't until I watched this video where I was like, oh, wow, there's 3 seconds that I was out for. Because I just remember going from this to that. I remember I go to check my watch, and then all of a sudden Carson was in front of my face asking me if I'm okay. Listen to the very next thing that I say.
Okay.
Yeah.
You sure?
Wow.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Fucking blackout.
So Carson just asked me if I blacked out. So the very first thing that I say,
You okay?
Yeah.
the very first thing, he says, you okay? And I just say, yeah. Very first thing, like instinct response. I think that's a typical thing. No one wants to ever admit that they're in pain or blacked out or anything like that, because it's kind of embarrassing. But I also didn't think that I did. So Carson can obviously tell that I'm being crazy, and he's holding me right now. His arm is under my arm holding me up.
Wow.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Fucking blackout.
No, I didn't black out. It's just like in the moment there for a second.
Yeah, so I said, no, I didn't black out. I was just in the moment there for a second.
There's two blacks.
And then I instantly go to explaining what I saw down there, 2 black groupers. So I didn't actually lose that much memory. I only lost a few seconds of memory. I remembered the whole dive. I remembered what I saw down there.
There was 2 blacks and then the one shooter I saw that I think you were talking about.
So the reason that I keep checking my watch is my watch, it's the Garmin G1 Solar. It tells me my bottom time, my max depth on my last dive, and then it gives me my surface intervals, so I know how long I've been on the surface for since the previous dive, which are good numbers to know, because you know if you reoxygenated your blood by then or not. That's why I keep checking my watch. And that's when I came up from the dive initially, it's always my instinct to look at my watch. So it was like almost instinct to start looking at my watch.
He's probably like 24, 26.
So right now I'm talking to Carson about the grouper that we saw, or that I saw. I think I saw the same grouper he saw. And one of them looked kind of legal, but we just decided, let's just move spots and let's go back on the boat. And it's kind of funny what I say when we get on the boat. So let me play that. So we're unloading our spear guns. These Killshot spear guns, by the way, are epic. Carson runs Killshot. Sam's got a Killshot. We love our Killshot spear guns.
I forgot how
You
beautiful.
come up, you gotta come up and go, I'm okay. I literally thought you blacked out there. You started sinking back down.
So what Carson just said is when you come up, you got to say, I'm okay. And that's what we're trained to do. You come up and you give the okay thumbs. Honestly, I didn't give the okay because I didn't feel okay. So I didn't give the okay. But then he just said again, I truly thought you blacked out. Yeah, maybe I did.
Man, you're so overweight. You were at
And you just heard him say, I'm so overweighted.
the bottom kicking up when you weren't even coming up.
Yeah, he just said I was kicking off the bottom and I wasn't even coming up. So that's another factor, is I was overweighted. So I was exerting a lot of energy just to get back up. And that can be a problem after you stay on the bottom for a long time, especially when you haven't spearfished in 4 months and this is your very first drop. I totally screwed up. I should have kept the first drop under a minute. I shouldn't have pushed it out to a minute 40.
It's been so long and I got so excited down there. I was just like, oh my God.
Did you feel okay on the surface?
Yeah, I felt fine. I just like,
So I said, and this is funny because I remember this exactly. Like I said, I was down there and I was just mesmerized by how beautiful it was because it's been a while since I've been down there. And part of me did not want to come back up. I knew I was staying down there too long, but I didn't think I was pushing it in any sort of crazy way. But I just did not want to come back up. Something was holding me down there. And I think it was just the sheer beauty of the moment. Yeah, there's something magical about being down there. And then again, Carson's asking me if I'm sure that I'm all right. Clearly, Carson knows something's up.
On the surface?
yeah, I felt fine. I just like,
Didn't come up all the way? You were just too relaxed?
yeah. And then I was like, all right, wait. I was like, I gotta get in the zone here.
Carson once again said he thought I blacked out. Well, you know, Carson's got a good eye. So this is a reason you want a good dive buddy. Someone that watches you and understands the signs. That's the difference between disappearing forever and someone grabbing you before you sink back down. Because the problem is, had I blacked out fully and he wasn't there, I would have sank back down to the bottom with all the weight that I had on me. That's my little blackout experience right there. I do want to add that I personally would never have held a bottom time over a minute at this depth had I not had a spotter. Because Carson is there, I can push myself a bit. So at no time did I think I was in any danger. So the whole point of this video isn't so much that I put myself in a dangerous situation. It's more that I just want to bring awareness to what you shouldn't do if you're by yourself, or if your spotter is still in the boat, or if your spotter, I spear with a lot of people and everyone just swims in different directions and nobody watches each other, which can quickly turn bad if somebody blacks out. Now, I personally have grown up spearfishing solo by myself many, many times. I probably have just as many solo trips under my belt as I do with partners. Because I know there's going to be people that say, oh, I solo spearfish my whole life. I've never had this situation happen. Like, it's not that big of a deal. There's going to be people saying that. The thing is, when you're solo, if you know that you can hold a 1 minute 30, 2 minute bottom time at 60, 70, 80, 100 feet, and then you go solo and you just do like 20, 30 foot stuff, keep your bottom times under a minute, I would say you're pretty safe. I would say that's not pushing it. And I know that'll cause some controversy between a lot of people, because half the people will tell you you should always have a spotter every single dive. And the other half of the people are going to tell you this new generation is soft. They've spearfished their whole life without a spotter, and you don't need a spotter. I'm right in the middle. You know, I think if you go by yourself, don't push anything. If you feel a little dizzy or anything, don't push it. You know your limits and stay well under your limits. And if you got a spotter, the cool thing about having a spotter is you could do the deeper stuff. You can push your limits. You can test new boundaries, knowing that if you accidentally mess up, there's going to be someone there to grab you. That's my input on this. But we end up shooting some nice fish, so let's keep on going. This is the next spot. It's about 70 feet deep, and we see a couple of decent grouper down there. So I breathe up, and then I head down. On the way down, you'll hear me, yeah, right there, you'll hear me do like a tss sound. That's me equalizing on the way down without a hand. There's tons of yellowtail snapper, and I spot a nice black grouper. Now there's also a shark off to the left that you can't see right now, and I didn't see it either. You'll notice right here, there's a big old shark, and he actually swims under me and his fin ends up hitting me. Anyways, ignore that. I take the shot. I nail the grouper and he swims sideways along the rocks, and the shooting line of my spear gun gets caught on the rocks, which causes a lot of tension. And since it's such a big, powerful grouper, he's able to pull himself off of the shaft. After realizing he got off, I was a little sad.
Oh! Oh! Damn! That was a nice...
But we're all about comebacks here on the South Florida Fishing Channel. You'll notice on this dive that I'm looking more at the horizon and not so much at the bottom. That's because I have my chin tucked more, which is the proper way of doing it. So you can tell I'm getting back into the spearfishing rhythm. I make it to the bottom. I believe this is about 65 feet right at the top of the rocks here. And I spot myself a nice black grouper trying to hide from me. Bam! And he actually swims right at me and almost spears me with my own spear. My shaft actually got tangled into my bands. So I just try to get him up as fast as I can and kick up as fast as I can. Now, because we're in a tournament, we can't really assist each other properly, which is one thing I really don't like about tournaments, but I make it up just fine.
You okay? Breathe.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, good stuff.
Not really a tournament fish, but definitely a nice fish.
Yeah, here I mentioned that it's not really a tournament fish. And again, I'm here to just shoot fish and eat fish. And obviously this fish isn't gonna take home a trophy, but I'm still super proud of it and I'm stoked.
Yeah, it scales at
25. Oh, yes! Beautiful fish. Sayonara.
You want to put an 8?
We're on the board. We're on the board.
Once again, we move spots, and this is a 70-foot spot, and that is Carson down there swimming to the bottom. And I love this angle because it just shows you how vast and big and deep the ocean is when you see how small a person becomes when they go down there to the bottom. Carson didn't end up shooting anything, but there were some snapper around, so I start kicking to the bottom, hoping I can shoot a nice fish for dinner. And I spot a very nice snapper, but I have to play it cool because if you swim right at them, they'll get scared and spooked. So I try to lay on the rocks a little bit and I let them come to me. It was a good shot. The fish is freaking out. And as I'm swimming up, I look down. And I notice there's a big red grouper following up my snapper. You can see the black dot under my snapper. That's a nice big red grouper. I point to it. So Carson tells Sam that she should get in the water and shoot this red grouper. That's a tournament winning fish right there.
That's a fat little snapper.
We got a red grouper chummed up. Did she shoot him? Oh, nice, she got him. Yeah! Is that the one that was down there? Yeah, hold him up. Look how big he is compared to you.
Hard work from this man.
Sam shot the red grouper that was coming for my snapper. Good work. So we move spots once again, and in this spot there's a big hammerhead, and if you can notice, he's swimming sideways because the way his eyeballs are on the side of their heads, and he's looking up at the boat. That's always a weird feeling. It always feels weird diving down after you see a really big shark, but there's a red grouper down there, so I go for it. Why not? These fish around me, those are Bermuda chubs. And there's a moray eel down here too. You see it? It's like a snake, that green thing right there. There's a black grouper, and then there's a red grouper just chilling there, and I'm gonna stone it. Boom. Perfect headshot. He is out cold, out like a light bulb. I even wave him goodbye.
I'm good.
Usually I prefer to grab the fish and swim up with them. That way the sharks won't grab them off you. But because I stoned this grouper, which means instant kill, it doesn't even twitch afterwards, I wasn't so worried. It seems like when you stone a fish, the sharks kind of leave it alone because it's not freaking out and twitching everywhere. So it's nice and relaxing to pull them up. You'll notice the boat is rocking like crazy. Be very aware of this because when you're trying to get back on a boat in rough conditions, it can be bouncing 3 feet up and down. And if that motor or the trim tabs or anything hits you in the head, it's going to be lights out. Carefully approach boats in rough conditions.
Let's go give it one more spot.
All right. Nice. Well, another slab of meat.
Hard at work, churning the butter. Got one black grouper on the boat. Now we're going for another. Carson's got to shoot one.
Yeah, we've seen them at every spot, but pass up on a few. And Heiko got one. Let's see if I can get a bigger one.
He wants a bigger one. This is our last spot we're diving. Once again, it's about 70 something, maybe a little more than 70, but Carson is down there and I see him going for a grouper. Boom, and he nailed it. I'm stoked for him. Normally I would be swimming down and meeting Carson about 20 to 30 feet down to help assist him, grab his gun and allow him to swim up quickly or put a second shot in the grouper. But because this is a tournament, we're not allowed to assist each other. So I kind of just watched him struggle. Now that I'm reviewing the footage, I feel a little bad that I didn't help him out here. But I'm learning and I'll be a better dive buddy next time. I noticed that the shaft was barely in this grouper, and normally I would be putting a second shot in this grouper, but tournament rules, I can't, and I'm just like, oh, please, I hope you get this.
Is your barb opening them? He's tagged.
Yeah, once that grouper was in Carson's hands, I knew he was good to go, and there was a tag in the grouper, which is super cool. Anytime you get a tagged fish, it's just a spectacle. Awesome. This is the last fish we killed, and now we're gonna head back, and it's time to go party a little bit and cook these bad boys up.
Tag grouper, yeah. Woo! Yeah!
Pure epicness. I'm just in time for the picture taking. That is a nice grouper right there. Whew. Yours is still flopping around.
Got a tag grouper, man. Another tag to add to my collection.
That's sick. Oh yeah, I want to film the pattern on this guy. Oh yeah. Look at that slob. Beautiful tail. Nice mangrove. Another nice red. Sweet! Dude.
Yeah, a little trick, Heiko, when you grab a grouper by the gills.
Yeah.
Make sure you get it in between the gill and the first thing. If you go in between here.
Yeah, done. All right. So the first gill.
Beautiful thing.
We did it. All right, we ran back from the ocean, treacherous seas, and now we're gonna go weigh our fish in at the Angler House Marina. All right, we're at Angler Harbor now. We got the boat pulled up and we're gonna go weigh the fish. Met some subscribers. How y'all doing? And now maybe we'll win. I'm so beat up after today though, so I'm like, I'm debating what I wanna do because I might need to just like not move for a day. This is where the party's at.
I have her. I
Weighing the fish is the funnest part.
That's the funnest part. Yeah.
Well, actually shooting the fish is. Carson measuring it on the scale.
Nice one. 14.3. It gained a little bit.
tag in it. Tag.
Oh, wait. Picture. You gonna take a picture?
I didn't bring my camera.
Really? Hold on.
Go get it.
I'll take a picture, Carson. I shot a really nice grouper, but it got off. It was a little sad.
I nicked mine right in the head. Right in the head. Wait, that one hurt. Okay.
Yeah, mine, like, he got tangled. He went around a rock, and then because of the tension, he just oof, ripped right off of it. They need to put a small truck behind it to make the fish look bigger.
Right?
They need to put a cooler.
And here you go.
Thank you.
No problem.
Another one. I have a whole collection of buckets now.
Too bad you couldn't have it to bring in your fish today.
All right, fish weighed in. Carson's is the heaviest, obviously. Wait, how much was yours?
Mine?
Yeah.
8.2.
I
There's
thought
only 2 women in the category.
only 2? So you're gonna get first or second. We're gonna go back to Carson's. Now we're untied.
We're gonna go fast.
We're gonna go real fast? Okay, so I'm probably gonna wanna put away all my stuff. Whew, my hands are cut up today. All right, we're gonna run back to Carson's, put on some clean clothes, and then we're coming back here for the awards ceremony, some dinner, and some drinks. I'd say it was a pretty damn good day.
Okay, I got 200 for it. 250? 250 anybody? Going once?
Let's see if Carson showed up.
Women's first place. Sam.
Yeah.
First place. Let's see that trophy.
Mr. Tony Young.
We have begun cleaning the grouper. I always wear gloves.
Sick of my hands smelling like fish today.
You know, it felt weird at first to wear gloves because I never did, but ever since I started wearing gloves while filleting fish, it's like, I can't go back. It makes everything so like, you can hold the fish. The pattern on that grouper is so sexy.
This guy at the tournament was telling me today that we have two different types of grouper down here.
Like a hybrid one?
There's a carbo, which is like a true black, and then there's a gag black hybrid. And I don't know what to think about that. They all look the same to me, but sometimes depending on like if you ice them down right away or how they, what happens after you shoot them, they change colors. And unfortunately, we didn't bleed these fish because you're in a tournament, so you're trying to get every ounce of weight that you can. But
Yeah, ideally we would have gutted them and bled them, but every ounce matters. That's why you got second place. Actually, you would have got second place no matter what. Ooh. Slabs of meat. I mean, does it get any better than that?
Like, look at the fat on the knife. It's my favorite part about grouper.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you can really see the fat on
That's
there.
how much fat is on these fillets.
Whew, stacks. I don't even think that's going to fit in the bag. I like they use a serrated knife for the hard cuts, and then I always end up doling out my knives trying to cut through ribs and stuff. Hey, puppy. Ooh. We got puppies and groupers. Groupers are kind of like puppies. The red ones are, at least.
All grouper have green. It's like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's there.
There, I see
Probably
it.
shouldn't nick it. Normally that's why we got them, but
What's that green stuff?
it's something in their stomach. Maybe
Are you not gonna get his cheeks?
Oh, cheeks.
He is a cheeky. He's a cheek-worthy boy. Oh, the pattern on that skin is so good. Wow.
Nugget.
A cheek nugget. Look at that hole. Damn. That is the grouper cheek. Some restaurants will even sell you a grouper cheek appetizer, and sometimes I wonder, is it really a grouper cheek?
Probably
Maybe.
not. Probably like a scallop or something.
I would take a scallop. Wow. That looks good. Oh, wow. That's
Sashimi right there.
a grouper cheek. Hold on, put your light on there. Oh my God. Wait, let me take a picture of that. How do I? Okay, hold on one second. I had such a fun time at the tournament that I decided we're gonna do something extra special for the cooking part of this episode. And I have the grouper that Carson filleted for me in my bag there. I also have a grill and we're gonna take my boat to the sandbar and cook it up. Now it is very windy, little worried about that, but Nick and Sarah Stanzik are at the Islamorada Sandbar and they said I should come on out, so I'm gonna see if I can meet them there, cook up some grouper. That's how we're gonna end this, so let's go. All right, baby, turn on for me. Whoo, she runs so good now. This is what they call the $1 million view. We're living it, boys. We're living it. I'm gonna squeeze a little further that way. My bad, got a little close there. My anchor doesn't want to.
Two hurricanes. She made it through that. She'll take this.
I'm gonna pull her over a little bit. I'll walk her over. All right, we looking good. We have arrived. Got a lot of traffic jam going on here. Oh boy, it's so good.
It's not gonna trip into me, I don't think, right?
I don't think so, but I got a thingy for that.
We have a fender if we got to.
Yeah, I could put one on just in case. Just in case it swings over. That bag. This bag.
Hey guys,
Is there any chance you have a knife?
Sarah, does a new knife finger?
Oh, whew, I just realized I don't know if I have my knife.
Eating red grouper or black grouper?
I brought both.
Red grouper grosses me out. I just miss the farm stuff.
That's funny.
That'll be fine. I'll just put a fender or two here.
Okay,
I'll
perfect.
put one on your clean, one there. I think we got some big ones.
Yeah, my fender's a little small.
It was a little small, I'm gonna lie.
Oh, my hand's on fire from put my hand in a grouper's gills. Sweet. I guess I'll just hop on.
Yeah. Welcome aboard.
Oh wow,
Sadie.
it's Sadie. Nice
That's
to
her
meet
daughter.
you.
That's her friend Ivy. That's her friend Claire's the youngest one.
Beautiful. Oh wow, you got real
We
knives.
just bought them brand new for the boat.
Bingo, bingo. All right, the grill. Let's see. The little people running around everywhere.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I got some stuff.
That's his.
Thank you. I'm actually about to take it off.
Are you?
Yeah.
Wait, you like another one?
No, just a nice clean white boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it actually looks really nice under that wrap.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to sell with a wrap.
The wraps make them harder to sell for sure.
And the bottom paint. And the Evinrude.
Yep.
The Evinrude's probably the hardest. But a nice Yamaha on there would help. Where is there like a cutting board or something, or I'm trying to think where to chunk up this black grouper.
You're not the one you want a red grouper or warm.
Red grouper, yes.
I don't have that.
I got black and red.
I honestly
We don't really have a cutting board.
Put it on the boat. That's what Nick
Hang
does.
on, do you want me to grab yours?
Oh yeah, that would work.
You wanna grab
I'll
it
jump over there again.
For size?
It actually rides pretty good.
Is that the one you swordfished in?
Yeah. It
Solo.
I've done way too many solo trips on this boat. The grill is in this bag. Let's take a look at it. There she blows.
That's a stroller rod holder, just so you know.
Ah, that's why. Yeah. Got a nice windy day. I'm like, I'm gonna try to keep this as clean as possible. Oh. Excuse me. Gotta like move them like a herd. Brand new lighter. Let's see if it works. Right out of the box.
What is Boat Daddy? Is that a club?
It's an app for meeting people on the water, like finding sandbars and restaurants and
Yours?
yeah. And,
Started it?
yeah, and we have charters on there and like events. So like if you're got a fishing trip or some kind of event, sandbar party, you could like post about it. All right, the grouper is a cooking. All right, looks like I gotta break in your brand new knife.
Yep.
We'll start with the onion. Ooh, that is a sharp knife. Yeah, there we go. Got some onions cooking. Oh yeah, the grouper, blackening. Yeah, this is the blackening seasoning that I use. We make it right here in Florida.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
So-
I like blackening seasoning.
Killed him yesterday.
Fresh.
I would.
today, bro.
Grouper,
Oh, nice.
good old black grouper.
I'm a big fan, brother.
Thank you,
Huh?
thank you. Just filleting up some.
Nice to meet you. Finally, I get to see the man, the legend.
You live down here?
I live in Cutler Bay.
Okay.
Have you do something? Filming or not yet?
I'm about to take some.
Does your audio go to a separate to this?
Yeah.
So it's not linked or is it linked, the footage?
It does link it.
Oh, it does link it.
Yeah.
Wireless
This is
or-
really nice. Yeah, it's the DJI mini mic with the DJI Osmo Action 5.
Yeah, the DJIs are so much better on GoPro.
Yeah, they're a little more expensive now.
Yeah.
They used to be cheaper. Now they're like
Yeah, I bought two at like on sale.
onions on the grill. Black grouper getting seasoned up.
You want me to keep seasoning it?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Am I making a cameo on your video or am I staying out of the limelight?
You can make a little cameo. We're gonna have Nick Stanzik.
I'm finally on the South Florida Fishing Channel after 7 years. How long have you been doing it for?
Like 7, 8 years now.
I remember.
Long time. We're finally cooking some fish up together.
We were supposed to go fishing. All we're doing is cooking now.
Yeah, well, we just eat now. We're retired.
You gotta rub it in real good, you know? Is this good stuff?
Yeah, that's the South Florida Fish Channel. We make it right here in Florida.
All right, Sarah's probably gonna steal that from you.
I got a lot of it. If you ever want some, I'll give you the whole 6-pack.
Is that proper seasoning?
I would say that's pretty proper.
Good enough, right?
I think that looks pretty good. Did the grill? No, it's still on. I'm surprised. Usually this doesn't stay
I
on.
always wondered if it was even, I couldn't see it earlier, that's why I put my
Those inflatable ones are tough
Are they?
against the wind. I guess we'll just slap them on, right?
Yeah, definitely. This is two?
Only if whoever wants, if they want to put an onion or not. Really doesn't
Sometimes
matter.
people wipe down the grates with onions.
Oh, that's actually, that grate's got many years of flavor on it. I do have a lid for this, so it'll get hotter in there.
With you or no?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, perfect.
All right, all right. Oh, are they taking shots? Do they sell shots there? Oh my God, they do. Fireball shots. Ooh. Danger zone. All right, so we got the full spread. Where should I put everything out? Like lettuce, cheese. Oh, it's cooking quicker than I thought it would.
Stick or not?
Nice. Oh, yes. There is some fish already finished cooking on here.
Can I put a piece of cheese on there?
Oh, yeah. This piece looks good. Unless you want a really thick one, but they're
No,
not.
that little one's perfect.
Yeah, I like the thinner ones. They cook better.
Cheese on
You
a
want
fish
cheese on
sandwich?
your?
Is that normal?
Sheet.
You want one?
Yeah, I'll put some cheese on. I'll take some cheese.
Nick doesn't like cheese.
I don't know if these fit. Oh, yeah, that one's
What do you
good.
want?
That one's not good.
Which one do you want?
I'll do this piece. Cheese on the burgers. This grill is staying lit perfectly.
Yeah.
Woo! All right, your cheese is ready.
That means it's done.
Yeah, that's a good thing,
Yeah,
right?
no, that's good. Sweet.
All right.
That looks delicious.
I managed to get mine to come off very nicely. Thank you. It's always hard making food on a windy day. It's like, you want any salsa on yours?
Nah. It's probably spicier than I like.
Oh yeah, that's right. No spicy. There we go. Grouper sandwich burger. Put some cheese, grouper, lettuce, some salsa. You gonna have a burger?
Are we doing burgers or are we doing fish sandwiches or both?
Well, I guess it's. I didn't put cheese on
Oh,
one.
perfect. That's me then.
They should be ready. Let's see. Yeah, that one's definitely ready.
Teamwork.
Nice, nice. Yep, salsa, some lettuce, some potato salad too. I don't think it's too spicy. I don't taste spicy barely.
Thank you for the sandwich.
There you go. Cheers.
Winning grouper? Is this Carson's or yours?
Here's my grouper.
The smaller one?
The smaller one, yeah.
That means they taste better.
Mine was way smaller than his.
Well, ours was 25 inches, so barely keep it, but it was delicious last night at the Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh yeah. I've been like
really good.
kind of starving all day, so I was ready. All right. Made some sandwiches with Nick and Sarah. Now I think I'm gonna go swimming. We are leaving the Key Largo Sandbar. That was a fun time, was it not? Now it's time to have an even better drive back home. It's looking like a beautiful day out here. So glad I came out to the sandbar. The Isla Mirada Sandbar, so beautiful. Love it. We're in the tower. My favorite place in the world. The tower of my boat. Mm-hmm. Home sweet home. We are back at the dock. Super stoked I was able to share that black grouper with Nick and Sarah Stanzik. I love their videos. I'm hoping I can go do a fishing trip with Nick soon. So delicious. Oh, that fish sandwich. I like putting cheese on it, so did Sarah. Apparently, Nick doesn't like melting cheese on his fish, which I get. A lot of people think that's weird. And every time I put cheese on my fish, I always get a handful of comments of people that think I have a problem. And maybe I do have a problem. But if you have a problem of not being on a boat all the time, I am going to start running to the sandbar once a week. And I will be posting on Boat Daddy every time I do. Because I want to start taking just random people to the sandbar looking for a good time. If you don't already know, you can go on the Google or Apple Play Store and download the Boat Daddy app. You can search events, people with boats, people trying to get on boats. And soon we're adding a feature called the Captain's Compass, which is going to be an interactive map where you can see where users currently are, where the sandbars are, wrecks, fishing spots, restaurants on the water, and all the events going on around you. Boat Daddy, it's a good time. But we're back now, got the boat all cleaned up, even though I didn't really have much to clean up. Got our cooler here. I do have some leftover grouper. I'm gonna have that for a late night dinner. But thank you guys so much for watching this to the end. And I can't wait for the next adventure. So much love, guys. Please hit that like button and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.